everyone, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How's everybody doing today? You're probably wondering what's going on over here. Well, guess what? I'm making a modified form of a pancake mix coffee cake. Now, here's the variation this time. Okay. Number one, this is an 8x8 pan as opposed to a 13x9. And the ingredients have been modified because I don't need a 13x9 cake in my life. But with an 8x8, oh well, I can enjoy a little bit, wrap some up and freeze the rest, and I'll be happy. So here's the deal. Here's the new instructions that I'm changing it to. And of course, the telephone is ringing. Such is life. I'll be right back. So sorry about that. So the ingredients have been modified, okay? Here's what you're going to need. Only 2 cups of the pancake mix. Only a half a cup of the sugar. I used a dash of cinnamon, in the dry ingredients, a pinch of nutmeg as well. But here's the twist. I took my homemade yogurt, I still make it religiously, and I put 8 ounces of my homemade yogurt to this batter. So I am curious to know how it's going to come out. I'm omitting the top sugary sweet crumbs. I may opt for either or, just like maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon sugar mixture on the top for a little topping. Or I may go the apple route. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll just keep it simple and just do the cinnamon sugar topping. This recipe can't be any simpler. I would say you have the option to put a slightly beaten egg in it, but because this one is the complete, you don't necessarily need that as a rising agent. But you know what? Just for the heck of it, what I did was I did put a slightly beaten egg into this. I am curious to know how this thing is going to come out. I'm throwing it in the oven at 350 between 30 and 35 minutes. So if you want sort of a healthier version, sort of a smaller version, and curious to know if it's a tastier version of how this comes out, I'm going to put this in the oven now, and in about 35 minutes, we'll see how it turns out. Be right back. As you can see, this cake turned out beautifully. Now, I was guesstimating this recipe, and I'll tell you why. This is a takeoff on the original, but it is a smaller, modified version. Sometimes you don't need a 9x13 anything in your life, and this is one of those times because I don't want to overdo it. But I have to tell you something. For anybody that has 2 people at home, even 3 people with this cake, it's wonderful. I strongly recommend for you to make one of these. These are perfect as a little bit of a brunch on a weekend, or just when you're like craving a little something, but you don't want to feel that badly about it, because actually a lot of the ingredients are modified. And you can easily whip this up. This is really a thrifty cake, and I'm going to name it in that fashion. Want to come up with a precise title for it. What happened was I was craving that crumb cake, but I said I don't want to go all out on it, okay? Because all out on it means sour cream. It means melted butter. Now, part of the ingredients that I actually forgot to add, but it still worked out for me, was 1 capful of oil, any oil. But it still turned out moist as ever. So the oil thing is really optional. But if you prefer, put in 1 capful of oil. If you want to, be on the safe side for your taste and something, then I suggest you do that. Or a tablespoon of melted butter or margarine, whatever you prefer. But let's think about all these ingredients and how inexpensive. 9 out of 10, you probably have already this complete pancake mix in your cupboard, right? Okay. Regarding the use of my homemade yogurt, I make it constantly, but it is not a thick yogurt. My homemade yogurt is actually like the texture of a smoothie. So it's like I have a smoothie without having a smoothie, and I like to add fruit to it and stuff like that. So mine is more kind of like a thick shake than a yogurt. Okay, than like a thick yogurt.
So if you're uncomfortable with that or you don't have yogurt, you don't have to do that. I just wanted to see what would happen. What you can do instead, you can either use about I would say about 1 cup of water. You might need a little more, it depends. You don't want it too thin, the batter. You don't want it that you can't move the batter. But I would say about 8 ounces of water or milk would do the trick. You could use whatever milk you have on hand. You could use non-fat milk. You could whatever milk you have, whatever. You could also swap it out if you prefer about 8 ounces of apple juice. So to give this a little bit of an appley taste. Look at the color of the, I mean, when it came out, I originally thought that it would be like 35 minutes. But you know, you use your sniff test, and I'm an experienced baker. Not that I'm a great baker, I'm an experienced baker. There's a difference. It smelled done. It smelled done at about 32 to 33 minutes. So I ran in the kitchen. I says, oh my gosh, I don't have to wait the other 2 minutes. So check, because your oven, everybody's oven varies, and they have an electric oven and everything, and the preheating, and they have a precise way with it. In this case, I would highly recommend that anywhere from about 28 minutes to about 32 minutes to check, turn on the oven light, take a look-see in there, and see if it's brown to the coloring that you would like it. I'm going to talk to you another minute with this, and then at the end of the video, I want to show you a picture of what it looks like cut. Recommendations for this. This is a great go-to thing when you're having like a skinny chicken time in the month. And how many people have skinny chicken times in a month from the 15th on? I was just craving this, but I was not craving 13 by 9. Now, when it comes to the topping, this is another money saver. I didn't make the traditional, heavy crumb. All I did was I sprinkled, because I had cinnamon and nutmeg in the batter. And by the way, the nutmeg is optional. Not everybody likes nutmeg. However, I like that little bit of like a donut-y taste. So to me, it's like a donut. It's like a big, square, warm, comfort, cozy donut. Okay, it's so simple to do. It's really a joke. But what I did, because I had all those ingredients in there, I said, well, there's really no need to put cinnamon and sugar. So what I did was, I just took my fingers, I put sugar in my hands, and I literally sprinkled it from my fingers over to the cake. After it was pulled out of the oven, I let it cool about 5 minutes, and then I put the sugar on top so it catches it. See how pretty that looks? And it's just enough. It's just right. So for those days when you want a little something, or, you have, company on the weekend, like let's say this morning. I mean, how easy is this? Think about this. 2 cups of the complete flour, 8 ounces of either, your choice, water, milk, yogurt, or apple juice. Your choice, okay? 1 egg, slightly beaten, and the optional cinnamon with nutmeg, if you want. Nutmeg, go easy on, because nutmeg is a very powerful flavor. Oh, and who loves vanilla? I didn't add vanilla. I didn't think it was needed. But if you want to put like a capful of vanilla extract in there, hey, be my guest. Imagine how this would taste with a little bit of almond extract in there. Who knows? Make it your own. If you want to make like sort of like a frosting, like the type that you put on top of a cinnamon roll, if you know how to make a little bit of a frosting that way, you could do that easily. All you need is powdered sugar and a little bit, very little bit of milk, and then you just drizzle that on later on. Whatever. It's up to you. I know this is a very thrifty, nifty cake. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City, always trying to find ways to save money. And not only save money, have a good time too. And this cake is just the ticket. I'm going to show you a piece of this cake, and we're going to end this video with some music. Hey, don't forget to come back tomorrow for Money Monday. I look forward to speaking with you again real soon. Have a great day, everybody. So this is the end result. Look how beautiful that is. Light, fluffy, airy, just like a really nice, kind of sort of like a donut cake. enjoy this. I hope you make one as soon as possible. So good. Hey, listen, don't forget to order one of my Just Saying mugs or other mugs. I do personalized mugs too. Just saying. Don't forget to go over to my website, and I'll put the link in the description box below. Have a wonderful day, everybody.